trumpet players and brass players. I'm Kurt Thompson, TRUMPETSIZZLE.com, and today I was going through just a lot of YouTube videos, Facebook videos, and there's just so much information out there on how to help your embouchure, how to help you if you're coming back to the horn, could be trombone, trumpet, any brass instrument, how to help you play high, how to gain power. Some of those videos are mine. And boy, it sure can be confusing. So I thought, is there any way I can give somebody an aha moment, that epiphany, like, wait a minute, now I get it. That's what I'm going to try to do today. So let's go ahead and get rid of the pink elephant in the room, and that's my mouthpiece. I have a custom mouthpiece. And what I want to do is, this is not going to be a scream lesson, or I'm not going to be demonstrating stuff that you can't play. I'm just going to kind of keep it real. So I want to remove my mouthpiece, and I'm going to put in the world's largest Bach trumpet mouthpiece. So this is my mouthpiece, put it in my pocket. And I've taken a couple pictures, so every now and then I get this mouthpiece out for some demonstrations. Let me see if you can see it. Hold on a second. Right. Well, I'm not going to spend all the time. I did take a couple pictures on it. It is the Bach 1 mouthpiece. There it is. The Bach 1. It's not a Bach 1C. It's not a Bach 1.5C. It's not a Bach 1B. It's not a Bach 1A, which some people say that's pretty deep. No, this is the largest one. It's a rare breed. You can find them, but they're not too common because most people can't use them for what they typically want to do. Even in the symphony, you're just not going to be able to play most of the stuff on it. It's just a huge mouthpiece, extremely wide and very deep. I wanted to use this mouthpiece today just in case you're sitting there and you're looking at your mouthpiece and saying, well, I'm kind of on a fixed income and Kurt doesn't know that I'm stuck playing a 5C. He doesn't know that I'm stuck playing a Shoki, whatever it is. He doesn't know that I'm just stuck playing this old con mouthpiece. So I'm here to tell you, I don't even need to see the mouthpiece that you're playing on. This mouthpiece is larger and harder to play on, I guarantee it. It's the Bach 1. No C, no nothing. Just look up the Bach 1 mouthpiece for trumpet. It is the largest. So I wanted to get rid of the pink elephant in the room. Now, the Epiphany, there's just so much out there and it's confusing to people. And this isn't the only thing that you need to do to get better on your brass instrument. And we're talking mainly about trumpet today, but it applies if you play tuba or trombone or French horn, alto horn, tenor horn, baritone, euphonium, you name it, valve trombone, cornet, yeah, it applies for all the brass instruments. It's the fact that, now this may seem obvious and for some of you, and some of you it may not, but it's just the fact that there has to be a smaller hole or space for the air to travel through from your lips into the mouthpiece as you ascend higher. Now there's a lot more to that, but let's also talk about strength. You know, if you watch a lot of my videos, you see I talk about building strength, building power, get tough, get this all strong and thick and, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, that's true. Where does that come into play? If you're able to move your lips in and narrow the aperture. The aperture is just a fancy name for the hole that's created by your top and bottom lip, where the air comes out. The strength comes in because when you get ready to blow and as you go higher, there's more pressure. There's more pressure inside as it's coming out, and that pressure can blow apart your lips. So you may have wanted to have good intentions, and you probably did. You got your lips in closer, but they kind of blew out as you started to go higher. Now that's where a brass coach or an embouchure strengthening specialist like myself comes into play, where I would work with you on one-on-one. But anyway, let's set that aside for today. The aha moment has to come when you actually set up the lips into the mouthpiece as you're playing your horn the correct way. So a lot of you are so, I don't want to say brainwashed, but it might be close to that, of having the lips pooch out and then setting up that way. Because you've been told not to tense the lips, you've been told to create the most amount of surface of the lips on the mouthpiece, you've been told to really pout and pooch out to get that cushion. Now, not all of that is wrong, but for today's purpose, we're trying to create an aha moment. In order to create an aha moment, we have to do some shortcuts. And one of the shortcuts would be to roll your lips in and make everything taut and tense. Not saying that you're going to play that way. We're going to play that way all the time, but we're trying to create this epiphany, this aha, like, wait a minute, I think I'm onto something. That has to happen for you to progress. So if you can roll your lips in, and I'll turn to the side here, and bring the mouthpiece up. And by the way, there's a lot of other techniques that I employ when I go higher, but I'm not going to employ them now. So I'm purposely not going to do tongue arch or anything else. I'm just going to roll my lips in. Now watch, I probably won't be able to get a note to begin with. There, well, I got one. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting nothing to come out because I had my lips rolled in too much and exaggerated, which is what I was trying to do. I'm trying to create this positioning and hopefully you can copy it so that you'll have this aha moment. And so even right there, you heard that note, whatever it was, it might have been a G or B flat above the staff. I wasn't trying to do that. And I wasn't employing any fancy techniques or even any strength, nothing, no big contraction. I just rolled in and just tried to blow out. So I did this. Like that. Which is not how most of you are doing. Now, I've had some students physically with me, and I told them what to do. They did it all the way up until when they played, and then they reverted right back to what they've been doing all their lives, and they pushed out. They had the right intention, but something inside them decided not to let them continue because there is a little discomfort there. It just feels strange. It feels unusual to do that. You want to have your lips comfortable, flexible, and so you can just blow up, very relaxed, like you've been told a million times. Be relaxed. Don't tense up. Don't tighten up. Don't roll your lips or anything like that. You've been told that. There's a place for some of that information, but it's not. The place is not right now. Right now, we're just trying to create a light bulb going off in your head about the positioning of your lips and being able to play higher or ascend higher. So if you have your lips like you typically might, you are going to be able to play lower. See that? You might even get a better tone that way. But it's going to be troublesome as you try to go higher, leaving your lips like that. So I'm really having lots of trouble going higher. Keep in mind, I'm on the world's largest Bach trumpet mouthpiece, the one. I'm not on my custom mouthpiece. So let's go back to the positioning I believe will give you this aha moment, this epiphany. And you need to have that to be empowered and motivated to continue on developing as a brass player. So you have to have something good happen to you, right? There's got to be something good happening, something to create hope, something to create some motivation, something to kind of get you excited, like, wait a minute, I'm on the right track here. I think, yes, I got it now. I got a piece of it, and that's what I'm trying to instill in you through this video. So let's bring the horn up again. And if you can you might have to practice in the mirror to make sure you're forcing your lips to remain together. Now don't worry, when you blow enough air, the lips will come out a little bit and you'll still be able to get the note. So here we are. The lips are rolled in. My goodness, is that a high C? It is. Well, I'm just, that's the point right there. There's like, if I were you and doing that, I'd be, in fact, I'm having an aha moment myself. I'm like, wait a minute, how could that be a high C on the world's largest Bach trumpet mouthpiece, the Bach 1? It's because it works, folks. You narrow down your aperture and you blow, and now there's a whole lot of technique between blowing and breathing and compression. We're not going to get into all that. I'm just trying to make it simple for you. I just had an aha moment myself. I wasn't expecting to get the high C to come out on the world's largest Bach trumpet mouthpiece, the Bach 1. I was expecting a G or something like that. So let's work our way backward. Let me go to the high C, the way I would normally try to play it. And now I'm going to work my way backwards and not have my lips rolled in. And you'll notice the strain. I got a nice big hole there coming with a lot of hot, warm air coming out. A lot of it, but it's not coming out cool, it's not coming out compressed or fast. Normal. Let's work our way backwards. I'm really fighting it. And you know, if you've watched any of my stuff, I'm actually a pretty strong player. So why was I fighting it? Because I wasn't doing the proper technique of narrowing the aperture. That's the hole that's created between your top and bottom lips, and speeding up the air. That's what's going on. It's cool, fast, compressed air that's going from your lips into the mouthpiece, into the horn. That's the aha moment if you can spend some time with it. And we're not talking about upstream with your air. We're not talking about downstream. I'm not worried about any of that. We're not even talking about on the top lip, more on the low lip, on the center or the side. In fact, just for giggles, what if I went off to the side and used the same techniques? In other words, what if I was playing incorrectly for myself? Because maybe you're thinking, well, Kurt, I don't even know if I'm playing the right way. Well, this works even if you're not playing the right way. You should still be able to have this moment of positivity, this moment of a tickle, of making yourself, wow, I can't believe I just did this. So I'm going to go off to one side, and we're going to do this. So I'm going to go off. Here's where I normally would play. Let's go off a little bit to here. I don't play here. Now I'm going to roll the lips in and make sure they're touching. Go over more. Harder. So I'm even playing incorrectly, way incorrectly for myself. You see, I went all the way over to here, and the principle and the technique works. It really does work. I want you to try it. This is just, well, it happened to me right now in this video. I had that aha moment a couple of minutes ago when I wasn't expecting to get the high C to come out. No one's expecting maybe a high G, maybe a B flat. I wasn't expecting the high C to come out. And that's how effective this technique, and it is a technique. Technique does matter in many things, and technique does matter when it comes to trumpet playing and brass playing. So if you could just invest some time, you don't need me or another coach or trumpet professor to be there. You just need you yourself, and in front of a mirror, or even a handheld mirror, or just a mirror nearby. You can go in your bathroom if you need it, or in front of your dresser in your bedroom, wherever, or if there's a big mirror in your living room. You just need to spend some time and not go through it haphazardly and spend 30 seconds and like, well, that doesn't work for me. No, you gotta play around with it. So the key is, to summarize, we're making the lips, bottom and top, touch, press together, almost as if there's no room for any air to come out. And for just a second, there wasn't any room for the air to come out. but the air pressure almost always wins. Hear that? I was trying to keep my top and bottom lip almost glued together with no hole, and that brings up kind of the last point. Many of you will also set your aperture and set the hole, and so that's actually defeating the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish, which is stronger embouchure in the upper register. I would go ahead and say right now, try to get that out of your system, out of your brain, out of your thinking, of setting an aperture, of setting a hole. Maybe you've been taught or been told you want to set that aperture to be big and to be loose and to be relaxed so you get this gorgeous sound all over the horn. That may be a little bit true when you're down near the bottom of the staff and below, but it's certainly not true when you're trying to get up to the high C. Let's do one more demonstration and then we'll call her quits. And I want you to go ahead and try this. This is something that you don't need a book for. You don't really need anything. It's just you, yourself, and the horn. And what I would be interested to find is, how is this working for you? Could you leave a comment? Could you watch this video, try it right away, and leave a comment if you had success? If you didn't have success, also leave a comment and maybe give me some particulars as to why it didn't work out for you. But this should work out for everybody. Strong, weak, big lips, thin lips, old, young, advanced or pro, or beginner, intermediate, or you're just coming back to the horn after a significant period of not playing at all. This works for everybody, every type of player. So loose, relaxed, full, pouting lips, like you probably have been told, gets you this. Couldn't get the high C doing it that way. Keep in mind, I'm not employing any other technique. No tongue arch, nothing else. No pivot, nothing. Now let's go back to the premise of this, the aha moment of clamping the top and bottom lip down, where no air can come out in the beginning. That time I hit high C and came down to B flat, but it was still effective. It still did what I wanted it to do. So I hope that this has made sense to you. If you've gotten any value out of this, go ahead and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. If you hit the like button, I don't know if you've heard anybody say this, but what that does is it sends a message to the YouTube algorithm and all the people working hard with the machinery and the wheels to put this video in front of other people, because who knows, maybe there's some other brass players out there that would find this information valuable and it would help them out. Again, try this right away. You watch the video, get out your horn, try it right away. This is something that you don't have to practice on for a day or even a week. You should be able to do it instantly, and then let me know in the comment if it worked for you. What else? That's it. I hope that you had an aha moment. I hope that you had an epiphany on your trumpet and you were like, wait a minute, this works. And then from that point, you can springboard off that aha moment and the epiphany that you just had. You can use that to springboard off into better playing. I'm Kurt Thompson. By the way, that's my #1 job, is working with music students and trumpet players. It's just about all I do, and I've gotten pretty good at it. Maybe I could help you out too. TRUMPETSIZZLE.com. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.